All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for coming out to District 8 Town Hall address. And we have a few organizations that we want to allow them some presentations to tell you what they are doing, not just in District 8, but what they're doing in the city of Fort Worth. And so one of the things that we did, we got an office in 2021. We wanted to make sure that we were very vigilant and touchable and tangible to the people. And so each and every year, we host an annual town hall to tell you what we're doing. So at this time, I'm going to let our organizations who are here, if they will go ahead and come up, we'll start with champs. I know you right there where I can see you.
Thank you, Councilman Nettles. Lachelle Goodrich here. Name of our organization is CHAMP, Community Healing and Mental Health Project. And we bring the first mobile mental wellness clinic to not just the city of Fort Worth, but to the state of Texas. As a LPC, a licensed professional counselor, we serve the community. And so if anybody knows anything about our organization, it was birthed out of the community need for Black and Brown people to process their feelings and emotions around the killing of Tatiana Jefferson. And so with this mobile mental wellness clinic that we have, we are able to respond to various community events or even tragic events. So if you need us, we have a table right over there. Thank you.
All right. And also, we have questions. We will let I ask questions later on. We'll have Braver Together to come up and give what they give in 76104.
Thank you, Councilman Nettles. My name is Angela Rainey. We're representing Braver Together. It's 76104. We focus on bringing resources and needs right there to our community on the South Side, specifically servicing the historic South Side, Hillside, and Morningside areas. And when we're doing that, we're focused on certain pillars. Think of it as 4 pillars: education, economic development, housing, and healthcare. With that being said, we have a huge Phoenix Festival coming up where we will bring resources to the community. And again, it is all free when we bring these services to you. On November, and I heard someone say free, yes ma'am. It will be Saturday, November the 8th. Come out, it's gonna be in Evans Plaza. We don't wanna have to have you journey somewhere else. It'll be right here in our community in Evans Plaza from 10 to 4. We'll be partnering with Tarrant Area Food Banks, different resources to ensure that we have health screenings available to you right there on site. We'll be spotlighting various Braver businesses or small businesses that will be selling their wares, and we will have a huge kids corner with a gaming truck, different games, all free of charge. Come out and let us help you.
Right. Thank you, Braver Together. All right, we'll have Yeps come up and briefly tell us what they're doing in our community.
Thank you. You are? I'm Tony Carmel and my colleague Jamie Lockett. We are from CLC, Community Learning Center. We are a trade school. We have all the trade programs which we are giving to youth and adults for free of charge. Most of them works through grant, and especially we have a youth build program where we take kids, give them GED education, and take them through all the other trade programs, trade training programs. We are here specifically to introduce a program. We are just starting now for zip code 76119. It's Youth at Risk Program. It's called ER. We are doing it in collaboration and partnership with CCPD of the Fort Worth Police. It is focused for 76119. We are taking kids 16 to 24, those who have justice affected kids, they have background, or youth at risk. We start with them gaining their critical documents onwards, sending them through the GED education, and then to trade schools.
I'll be quick. So yeah, CLC Community Learning Center, we do got 2 locations. We have one on the west side of Fort Worth, across from Lockheed Martin. We have one in Forest Hill. The location of Forest Hill is where we have our youth build program, and majority of the trade spaces for people who has a background. And so that's what we're promoting. So right now, this is our 3rd youth program. So we to kind of give a glance of what we're doing, we have another York program, which is Youth Offender Reentry Program. And we cover in 3 counties right now. We cover all of Tarrant, Parker, and Johnson County. This York program is allowing us to cover that specific zip code because there's no other services in that zip code. So if y'all could come to our table and actually get our information so y'all can help us recruit in that zip code. If y'all know anybody, we try to save as many as we can. So thank you.
All right, we have a new school that has started here in 76, I believe 105, and now they're branched off into another area, New Heights. And so we want to tell you what New Heights is doing in our community.
Good evening. My name is Gillian Smoke. I'm a principal at New Heights at McCart. We're on the southwest side of the city. We also have our original campus, which started in the Stop 6 neighborhood. We are a new high school just for adults, ages 18 to 50 years old, who are going back to high school and get their diploma. We also take students who have a GED, who are wanting to go back and get their high school diploma, because we know that makes a big difference. One of the nice things about our school that's really empowering is that we not only give them a high school diploma, or they earn a high school diploma, but with us, they partner with TCC. They get a certification along with that high school diploma, also free. So you have students going through welding and business and medical assistant, and we cover all of those costs for them. So our goal is when they leave us, they are ready to join the trade and then also work their way up into the system. We're trying to make it one student at a time, one family at a time, and one community at a time, and just opening doors for our students. The other thing I'll say is that we know that our students come with challenges, and we try to help them meet them where they are and try to take away all those barriers. So we do cover childcare costs for students if that's needed so that they can come to school. And we also cover transportation costs so that they can get to school. We operate on Monday, Wednesday schedule and a Tuesday, Thursday schedule, and we offer morning, afternoon, and evening classes. I've got some of our teachers are here. So if you're interested or know anyone who needs to go back to high school, please come and chat with us. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have some representatives from the National Juneteenth Museum, if they will come up.
Thanks for the claps. Hi, my name is Christopher Blay. I am the Director of Public Programs at the National Juneteenth Museum, and I have my colleague Julie Smith here with me. And for anyone here that is not familiar, the National Juneteenth Museum is a museum in the robust planning and forward progress phase. And we will be opening at the corner of New York and East Rosedale. And I just brought a little sort of like flashy rendering of what the museum is going to look like. So we are bringing a museum to our neighborhood here in the 76104, not in the beautiful museum district that already has some world-class buildings. We are bringing a world-class building to our neighborhood. Thank you. We're going to have we're not only going to be a museum here in the building, we're still going to have partnerships with our neighbors here in the 76104. And furthering that relationship with our neighbors, we're going to have a food hall in the museum. We're going to have a business incubator in the museum. We're going to have a black box theater in the museum where community can partner with us to bring programs. We're also going to have a 250-seat theater. This is a view of the food hall and looking into the beautiful courtyard. We have some really beautiful renderings in progress. These are some of the more up-to-date, and I'll share another one with you. This is just a version. But here in this current state, don't hold us to it if it doesn't end up in the final state, is a rendering of our beautiful courtyard. The 12-point Nova Star in the center of the building here represents the 12 freedoms gained through emancipation and will be a sort of anchoring feature of our building. And on these panels here will be the Emancipation Proclamation. So it's reflecting history, it's reflecting culture, and it's reflecting the 76104. So Please be informed about what we're doing. We have a sign up area right there. Come give us your email and we'll send you the most up to date information. Or go to www.nationaljuneteenthmuseum.org. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We have one more organization, I believe, and then we're gonna bring up our chief of police. We're gonna have Mr. AJ come up and tell us about what the McDonald YMCA is doing.
Lord. Thank you. I'm AJ McLeod, district exec over McDonald and Eastside YMCA. We do a ton of programming. We serve 0 through 100. I would say that. We have some team programs going on right now, some culinary arts. We have a lot of active older adult programming that's happening. So we do everything at the Y. Please stop by 2701 Moresby Street. We're having an upcoming fall festival. So anybody want to be a vendor to give out information, we usually have 300 or 400 families that's there, 600 or 700 kids. We would love for you guys to come out to that event. We just had the Harambe Festival. It was huge, a lot of people out there. So stop by the Y, we're always busy. We always say you can't spell busy without the Y, so stop by.
Thank you. Okay, I think I forgot Workforce Solution is here. You come up. And I think we have Trinity Metro as well.
All right, hello. Not sure if many of y'all know about Workforce Solutions. There's a misconception, but our job is really to help you get a job. And so we do try to remove barriers at different things to help you get a job. I think a lot of people think we're unemployment, but that's not really what we are. We're here to get you off unemployment by getting you a job. So whenever you need a job, come to the Workforce Solutions. We try to assess what your needs are, what barriers you might have. Like if you don't have the particular training or certification you need, we will help you connect with the school, give you the funding to pay for it, as well as possibly pay utilities, rental assistance, things of that nature to help get those barriers off of you to make sure you can get your training. We do also work in conjunction with YMCA. We go there 1 to 5 on Thursdays, as well as we are appointment only at the MLK Community Center. So if you go to our website at workforcesolutions.com, you can book an appointment. We'll meet you over there in case you're not available to come to our center, which is on Riverside in Sylvania right here.
Right, thank you. Thank you. All right. We have Trinity Metro come up, where I also serve on the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. My name is Lenore Kimbrough. I am the Community Executive Program Manager at Trinity Metro. And so we are your local transportation service in and around Fort Worth. We cover 360 square miles, and we have 24 bus routes. So what specifically my team does is we are in the community, going to all the community events, doing the pop-ups, training people how to ride the service if they've never ridden before and need to learn. That's what my department does. We will meet them where they're at, and we will take them where they need to go so that they can build that confidence and learn how to utilize that service. People might have a car to use, but there might be that off chance that there might be a day that they need to learn public transportation or need public transportation, and that's what we're here for. So we do travel trainings, we will train groups, we can do one-on-ones, we can do pop-up things, we can come to your organization and do kinds of one-on-ones where we teach your organization about what we have to offer and the things that Trinity Metro can do for the community and get the community moving.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, now we will have our new chief of police come and tell us how excited he is to be in Fort Worth and what he's going to bring to our community to make sure we stay safe. All right.
Okay, so yes, I am very excited to be in Fort Worth. I will say this: I've been all over the city, learning the community, learning from my officers. Generally speaking, I get two things. I don't know if people are more upset that I spend a lot of my time in California or that I spend a lot of my time in Dallas. I don't know which one people get more upset over. But I'm excited to be here, very ecstatic to lead this police department and work with us. I'll tell you this, I'm not a stay in the office kind of chief. I like to be out and about. I know some of my staff that's with me actually dreads the fact that that's the case. But I've been all over the place, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Some of the things that we want to do for the police department, obviously, first and foremost, want to reduce crime. There's no question about community group that I've been in, regardless of language, spoken, racial makeup, or economic status, that I've heard the word say, we want to see less of. Yes, we're going to hold ourselves accountable. Yes, we need to be procedurally just. But our community wants to go away and wants to keep them safe. And we will do that in a very impartial and just manner. We'll demand when we're wrong, we'll hold ourselves accountable. When we're right, we'll stand tall as well. As we move forward and we think about crime reduction, bringing criminologists that I plan on doing in a couple of weeks. We have criminologists that I've been working with, looking at plans from a criminological standpoint, using science and data that's been working around the country that I've done before to see what's right for Fort Worth. Treating each part of this community as different, but as almost its own little city, because each area of our city has different needs. Very different needs. And with the advancements that are made using data, we're very data driven. Our job is to ensure that we put our police officers, our men and women, in the best places so that this is safe. The support that our police department gets is really second to none, in my opinion. Support from council, the mayor, the city manager's office. When you're here in Fort Worth, you don't realize, you think things are like this everywhere. They're not. I'm here to tell you, having been in different places, having worked with chiefs around the country, whether from New York to Florida to Washington, down to San Diego, California, I can tell you we're very, very unique here. Yes, I want you to hold us accountable. There's no question about it. But we will do our job to ensure that we're safe. We will increase the morale within the police department. We're growing as a police department. We have to grow not only for the community, but for my officers and the work that they do and their mental health. Okay, mental health and mental wellness when it comes to police officers is very, very special to me. Because I show you an officer who is mentally healthy, I will show you a happy community member. And we can't lose sight of that. And so ensuring that the morale of the police department is up is incredibly important. And we will strive and work for that. When we talk about community, we're going to be very transparent. I'll tell you this, we will hold ourselves accountable. But I'm glad that I went after the service providers that are here. Because I'll tell you this, my philosophy, what I bring after been a cop since 1992. You can go ahead and do the math there. Starting, I was 21 years old, so I can help you do the math with more. I'm old, but I had a lot of years. And I will tell you this, that when we're out there with our community, I'll tell you, we are fever reducers. We're the Tylenol, we're the Advil to reduce the fever. We are not a cure to the illness. There's not a criminologist in this country that will tell you anything different than I'm about to tell you, that crime and violent crime, particularly, the roots of that are poverty, lack of education, joblessness, the family structure, food deserts. Okay, so when I heard these individuals talk about what they provide, those are cures to the illness. We're fever reducers, and we need both. And we need to strive to do both. We need to ensure that individuals that would otherwise be susceptible to a life of violent crime take the offer, because I will say we will not tolerate our community getting victimized. We will not. We will use every tool we have to ensure no one hurts our community. But if you need help, if you need a job, if you need job training, if you need to get your driver's license because you just got out of prison, we want to help you succeed. Because I'll tell you this, if people fail and go back, regardless what side of the fence you're on, they won't go back because you spit on the sidewalk. They won't go back because they ran a red light. They will go back because someone in our community was victimized. So it would behoove us all to give individuals food they need to succeed. And that's that's the effort that we need to bring as a police department, to understand that on the front end, we 100% my men and women have to be in the right position to be safe. And we need to continue to reduce the fever. But at the same time, we need to deal with the illness, and the illness was from the individuals. So that's where my heart's at. That's where our department's heart's at. And we will strive to do that. Again, in the end, I cannot tell you, I got called out of almost 8 months of not being in this uniform. And I tell you, this is who I am. And I've done enough and spoken with my communities to know what works, what doesn't, and what we can do better. But I can promise you that we will work very hard for you, and that I will work very hard for you. So with that, I appreciate the time. Council members, thank you for your support. I'm God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Now, what we're going to do is go through a few slides that we have. Then we also have some announcements at the end. And then we want to allow time for questioning. If you have any questions on myself, the Chief. And we also have city staff that's here, parks, TPW, the OPON office is here, and so you might have questions about that. We're going to skip over to the economic development slide. We got an office. We talked about a lot of our communities were living in poverty, and so in order to bring in grocery stores and restaurants, we have to make sure we bring in jobs and economic development. And so you can see here, and we also have a representative from Royal Capital who is here that's working on the Evans and Rosedale project that was about $60 million. Siemens, who brought jobs at $60,000, and Drink Pack. And so our focus is to make sure that we bring jobs and economic development to District 8. Next slide talks about how the city of Fort Worth moved to approve the Southside Historical Community Center to be the landmark for the Juneteenth Museum that you saw today. We made that improvement. Once we did that, they received $10 million from the state ledge in order to bring that project to pass. With the city of Fort Worth, along with them, we brought $15 million. They brought a total of $11 million, and we have received information. They have received over $40 million yet raised. We'll continue trying to raise money from National Juneteenth Museum. I'm gonna tell you that's a game changer for the South Side, area that was predominantly lived by Black folks. We had our first millionaire, William McDonald, who lived there on Turrell Avenue. If we bring this type of development to the South Side, it's gonna change how we move as a people. And so we look forward to seeing that come to pass. Also, if you haven't been by Riverside and Berry, Center of Transforming Lives is there. It used to be the old Montgomery Ward's building. They put in over $30 million to renovate that building, helping women and children get jobs, resources, childcare. They have an opportunity where you can get clothes and food. They have a ghost kitchen. You want to cook. More resources coming to a neighborhood who was named in 7614. In 2019, they were labeled as the lowest life expectancy in the state. And so we have been changing that year by year with different organizations, as well as we're here today from Southside Community, who also has been putting gardens behind neighborhoods and backyards. Community development. We've been building PSH units, 120, Journey Homes, Columbia Renaissance, and Overland properties have been coming to our district. Journey Homes opened up on October the 15th off of Crowley Road for individuals who were homeless for over a year. They went through the program. These are people who get income. These are people who also work. Now they have a place to live in a safe environment. The city of Fort Worth has approved a budget for $3.09 billion. You need to know where your tax dollars are going. Okay, we go to the next slide here. We also lowered the tax rate by 0.5% to 0.67 is our new tax rate for the city of Fort Worth. This slide talks about our police department, the 12 new beats that's been added, new officers who are coming, CCPD budget increase. We talked about YEPS, saying they're working with the CCPD funding. And so you want to know where money is going to? It's going right back into your community. You saw that tonight with different organizations that we have been working with. Next slide. EMS is now part of the city of Fort Worth. I'm going to keep going. I'm rushing through this slide so I can get some questions answered from the audience. These are some of our alignment with our strategic priorities. You can see that part of that slide. I'm going to skip over, Chelsea, to our bond package. Minor roadways, $140 million recommended for District 8. These are roadways that's going to be fixing our bond. We're getting ready to vote in our bond in May of 2026. So it's important people say, why are we voting for these? You live in these neighborhoods that streets are messed up. We're going to be fixing those, but we have to get the bond passed. We want to make sure that you tell your neighbors to go out and work on the bond. If you don't see your street on here, then you need to get with our office so we can get with TPW and see how we can get your street fixed. There are two ways we fix streets. We fix streets through bond packages. and we fix streets through PayGo. And so PayGo is where we kind of improve your street. Bond is where we completely overhaul the street. And so in order to make that happen, you just can't call our office and then we're gonna bring a truck to you tomorrow. It's a process. And so you're seeing now what the process is. I'm gonna skip through that slide. These slides here talks about, these are the slides that for PayGo. Okay, these are the slides for the PayGo. We can get this information to you. If you don't see your street on here, if your curbs are not getting fixed, then you probably haven't talked to us. You may, if you just on Facebook, taking screenshots and pictures, if you really want something really done, call that beautiful young lady right there, Chelsea, and she gonna make sure that we get with TPW and get your streets fixed. But you can see here that we are working hard to fix your streets and your roads. Okay, next we have a couple announcements, and we'll, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's do the announcement and then we'll get to them. We have the Tag a Friend Pink in the Park in Highland Hills. It's gonna be Saturday, October the 11th at 10 a.m. through 1 p.m. Then we have the Diamond Hill Community Center event for Care to Fight. It's going to be Saturday, October the 11th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also have the annual Poly Parade, which is October the 25th at 11 a.m. I'm sorry, it's October 18th. Oh, the next one? Okay, thank you. The October Street Fair is gonna be October the 18th, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bradley Center. This next information is our contact office. Please screenshot it, look at it. As our cell phone numbers and our office numbers. And at this time, we're gonna have Trish come up and talk about Tay Day Parade and the events that's gonna come, as well as Southside Community Garden. And then we're gonna ask PAR to come up so they can give us the update on our parks.
Thank you, Councilman Nettles. Hi, everyone. My name is Patrice Jones. I'm the founder of Southside Community Garden, and we are addressing food apartheid in the zip code with the lowest life expectancy in Texas, 76104. I said food apartheid because language matters. A food desert is something that is not occurring naturally, so we're not going to use desert because that's a natural occurring thing. What's happening in our communities is apartheid because it's systemic racism that's causing our communities to not have grocery stores, to not have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So my organization is addressing that by putting gardens in people's front and backyards. So, but I'm here today really to talk about Tatiana Jefferson. She was murdered by Forward PD back on October 12, 2019. Her sister Ashley reached out to me and asked me to go to as many community events as I can to encourage people to come out and support her legacy. So if you guys can, please try to come out. She's having 2 events, a community karaoke, which is gonna be at the home where she was murdered at 1203 East Allen. And that's gonna be October the 10th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So they'll be serving food. It's really just a laid back thing, but come out, sing some karaoke. Meet Zion, if you have not met him, that's her nephew who was with her at the time when she was murdered. Zion is like 13 or 14 now, so come out and meet Zion. And then they're having a parade, and you still have time to register to be a vendor for that parade. It's gonna be the following day, October 11th at 11 a.m. I have a few flyers. I've been doing a pretty good job. I gave out the rest of them. So I hope you guys can come out to support Tatiana and follow Southside Community Garden, FTW, on social media so you guys can be informed about things that we're also doing. Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you. Okay, is parks ready? Oh, we right here. Come on. I didn't even see you. Sorry. He was in the crack. Yeah.
All right. Well, we learned that places need a reducer, and we heard from a lot of groups that are the cures. So I thought, what are parts? Parts of the vitamins.
All right.
Keep you healthy. It's how you get healthy.
Right.
I like to give you a little update on parks.
And that got back in.
We're having on a flash drive.
Was it that? So
Okay. Should I break out a joke series or
Hopefully with sound advantage.
Yeah. Right.
Well, we have a lot of good projects going on. So I'm going to give you a little overview on current active projects that are funded, in some stage of design or construction. Is also going to give a little update on the 2026 recommended projects, all focusing on Council District 8 here. Also just want to talk generally, parks, it's really exciting time to be in the park business. There's a new director. Yeah, our previous director retired after 33 years. He had been with the city of Fort Worth. His full career was a 42-year career in park and recreation. He did a great job. That was Richard Zavala. He retired about 6-7 months ago, and now we have Dave Lewis, director of our department. And right on the heels of Dave getting the job, we adopted a new park recreation open space master plan called Greenprint. And some of the real highlights of Greenprint is stressing partnerships. So working with groups, neighborhood groups, nonprofit groups, maybe even private entities that will invest in our parks. Because what we want to do is really leverage our dollars, our local dollars, in order to really increase the impact that we have and provide with parks and recreation facilities. So then but it's all it's just all so okay, what else we got? Part let's see. Well, one of the first ones that's going to come up here in a minute is Smiley Park. So that's Smiley Park is on land, half an acre that was donated by the Bessemer Pickle Company. So we're from the Pickle Park, and it changed over to Smiley. We have a good investment there of our neighborhood initiative program, about $1.1 million into that half acre. So on a small piece of property, you can really make a big benefit. So we're focusing on playground improvements and a pavilion, get some shade out there, and a sport court. And we are finishing up design now. We'll be advertising that for bid next month. And construction will run this next year, April to the end of 2026, get that opened up to the public. So that's one that we've been working on for quite a while. And again, it's funded through our neighborhood initiative program, which focuses on different neighborhoods throughout the city each year. I'll just talk through it. Yeah. Oak Grove Park is the next one on the list I want to share. So Oak Grove was included in our 2022 bond program. We had $3 million, and we went out, we leveraged that, got a $1.5 million grant from Texas Parks and Wildlife. We also had some park dedication fees put into that as well. We get those fees from residential developers when they build new housing, multifamily or single family. We get a fee for that for park development, or the developer can choose to actually build a park for us. But in this case, we're able to add those fees into Oak Grove. We're focusing on the north end of that 65-acre property, and we'll be building a trail around the entire park. There's some practice fields, again, a large playground, and some sport courts and some shade structures. So that's a big one, over $5 million. We did apply for another grant, another $1.5 million grant. If we get that, that'll be awarded in January. Then we'll just further that plan even more. So that's total $5.1 million to Oak Grove with that pending $1.5 million grant. Sycamore Park, the next one, we also included in 2022 bond program. We got $2 million in the bond program. There was also $2 million in citywide gas revenue that was signed to that as well. We applied for and received $1 million grant from the state, Texas Parks and Wildlife. And you hear that a few times because we've been very good working relationship with the state there. So we are we're in construction on that one. That's going be completed again at the end of the year in December of 2026. There's the improvements include mainly focused on the area of Sycamore Park north of Vickery, the former golf course. So we're adding a trail all the way around that to try to activate that, getting that opened up to everybody. In addition to that, we have some improvements we got to do to the ponds, the young golf course ponds. They silted in over time. So we're going to open up that, make sure we have good good body of water and supports a little aquatic life, so it's not just a big mosquito nest. So that is Sycamore Park. Again, currently that's $6 million project, but I got some big news. Your state representative, Nicole Collier, had championed Sycamore Park, and that park was actually included in the legislative appropriations bill for $1 million. So we got another $1 million. We're going to make some recommendations as a department, meet with the council member's office, and we've had input from the community. We got a park master plan for that one. So that is $6 million project plus that one, $7 million. Southside Community Center, we heard from Mr. Blay earlier. The Southside Community Center site is going to be Southern New Juneteenth Museum. And they are really coming along on the fundraising. So we got to get that thing figured out. But we're going to move Southside to the Hazel Harding Peace Center. That's 3 blocks to the north of Southside. So we'll still provide those community center programming, be it just a location 3 blocks north, and we have a museum coming. So we are our property management department. They manage all our buildings, our city buildings, and they are working on getting the design underway for that. So we know what the final budget will be, what the construction schedule will be. With that, I just want to mention a few of our bond projects, 2026 bond projects that are located in Council District 8. First is the replacement of Tatiana Carr Jefferson at Hillside Community Center. That's recommended at $30 million. $30 million is what it takes to build a 25,000 square foot community center.
A new one.
A new center. So architects have looked at the existing center. It's a little over 10,000 square feet. It was built in 1970. And it is not a building we can add on to. It's just not conducive to adding on. It's not a building to be repaired. That is a building that will need to be removed and totally replaced. But it does take advantage of one of the best views in the city of Fort Worth. You've been out to Hillside and you've seen that great view of the downtown skyline. So we have one community center right now recommended in the bond program, and that is Tatiana Carr Jefferson at Hillside Community Center. Glenwood Park, been a lot of great improvements out at Glenwood Park. It's really a neighborhood driven. People, there's some almost camping in the park. People want to get that opened up, so that was occurring. So we worked with the neighborhood and also a TCU nursing program in order to clear up some of the privet and improve the sightlines out there. There's been several park improvement, park cleanup projects out there. So that's been going underway. And we had some public meetings for a park master plan. We thought all this good stuff happening. Let's find out what we got to do. And if you know that park, all of the activity is all around the east side of the park, or maybe up in that northeast park. There's a lot of park yet to be explored. And what we want to do is create connections to the neighborhood on the north, neighborhood at the south, and get some really just full use out of that entire park. So we're recommending that at $2 million, but again, great candidate for a Texas Parks and Wildlife grant because we have that approved master plan. We got community input on it. The next couple here are Rolling Hills soccer. You have a kid play soccer, and then you're probably spending some time down at Rolling Hills Soccer Complex, but we recommended that $10 million. We get some investment in the restrooms, some shade out there, and expand the park. Then out there, it's efficient in all three of those things. Then the last one is our service center. We need to operate out of good facilities that we maintain all these parks we got. And our East Side Service Center is lacking. Let's put it that way. So we have $1.5 million recommended for renovation, expansion of our service. So we do need to maintain the parks. The last slide, if you saw it, would be a list of bond meetings. I don't have that for you right now on here, but I really encourage everybody here. Council member said it earlier.
get out there and go to those bond meetings. If there's a project that's recommended that you agree with, speak up for it. And if there's a project not on the list, speak up for that too. You'll see those bond meetings, and they're listed by district. But you don't just have to go to your district. In fact, be another one that's closer to your house or where you work. So attend as many as you can. So I get out, speak up for what you support or what you want to see. And that's also the
Thank you. Yes, and I just want to give a little context to the Smiley Park. It's right there off of Riverside and by
Vickery.
no, it's close to Vickery, but it's Maddox, right there by Riverside and Maddox. And then Oak Grove is right there in Everman off of Everman Parkway in Oak Grove. Of course, most of you know what Sycamore Park is in the Southside Community Center. But I just want to give you some context. And with Tatiana Carr Jefferson being on the bond, we really want to get that passed. That's going to be a beautiful facility. And so at this time, we're going to take questions. So you have a question from any staff member. We have Neighborhood Services, TPW, Parks, our Chief Police. Yeah, got a mic? Okay. And so we have about 10 minutes to take some questions. We want to be respectful of our city staff time.
So I can't ask all 15 questions that I had.
No.
Okay, move that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So since we just talked about parks, back in June, I had a meeting with some park people, stormwater, and other folk about Titus Parcell Park in Polytechnic Heights. And my issue with what's going on at City Hall today, and it includes a lot of departments, is that there's no feedback. I figured that from June to now October, we should have had some sort of, well, here's where we are with your project or with your request for a project. And I contacted Parks, the people that came out. Nobody's responding to me. And I guess that's my whole overall issue with everything. Everything is going down the drain with regard to feedback. We put something out there, we the people put something out there, ask you a question, you say, oh, okay, we'll get back with you. But you don't get back with us. I've got a bunch of stuff on the plate at 8 and 11. Nobody's gotten back with me. I'd like to have some feedback, please.
Sure. Thank you. You ever have any other questions? You have some concerns, or are you working with different departments? I always try to loop our office in so we can keep a track of what's happening with the results. Sometimes they do fall in the cracks just to different things. Right.
Yeah, well,
Any other questions? Right. Appreciate it. Any other questions?
so can I just throw in some
Got a question?
or
Yeah, question.
oh, of course. Okay. Well, no,
Go ahead, please.
Thank you. I just want to reiterate on Evans Avenue, right there in Evans and was it Rosedale? Right by the library. I went through there the other day, hadn't been there, wait a long time at night, really not a night driver. But I was so very disappointed in the community itself because now we want to complain about it's not clean enough. But we are letting the debris there sit, stay, nobody says anything to the homes. Now, I'm gonna have to take it upon myself. I'm not doing some night driving. Because I went to the fair there earlier Saturday, came back through there Saturday night. It was unbelievable, people. It takes a community still. Just because you're not in 104, if you drive through there, don't talk about it, be about it. You know, we need your help too. We need help too in 76104. But I'm gonna be about mine, because that's where I was raised up, right over there in that area. And lot of taxes that my people paid, I'm gonna still act like I'm acting on some of them. Amen. See, I hate to speak with you. I got an infestation where I live. Amen.
Okay. If, all right, we got a few more minutes. If you have a question, this is a time for questions. If you have a question. If not, we can go ahead and let you guys go back and see city staff. You don't have to stay up to it. All right. Yes, sir.
So I have a question about code compliance and cleaning up for the homelessness. I noticed right there at Lloyd's, y'all, everyone knows where Lloyd's is on Rosedale. Right across the street at the grocery store, there's an encampment that's been there for years. They have a tent. They actually cut a hole in the brushway, made a little archway. And if you look in the archway, there are tents and chairs, and they just hang out there all night. It's been there for years. So who's responsible for cleaning that up?
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Hi, good to see you. Thank you for letting us know about that. If there are encampments that you see, we do encourage you to report them in the My Fort Worth app so that we can initiate a process with several steps to vacate it and clean it. If there's something that's been there for years, that's a concern because it means it may not be on our radar. So I'd love to connect with you about getting that exact location and ensure that it gets on the radar of both our HOPE unit and the police department, also environmental services, which does the cleanup, and they are tracked with Upspire for a lot of that work. And for those of you who don't know, Upspire is a service through Presbyterian Night Shelter where they employ currently or informally homeless individuals to do that contracted work and the cleanup work and help people get back on their feet. So it both cleans the community and tries to get people back into the workforce. But let me check with you and get an exact location, and I'll put in that report myself to ensure it gets on the radar.
Okay. Thank you. Last question. How many have downloaded the My Fort Worth app? If you have downloaded that, raise your hand. If you haven't, let us help you do that tonight. That will get things started real quick. You take a picture, you get your report started. We want to take opportunity to thank UGM for allowing and hosting us today. And so the CEO is here. Mr. Charles is here in the back. We want to thank you for the refreshments. Please take some refreshments if you have not taken none. If you have any questions, city staff will be here for the next few minutes. Please take advantage of that. If you have any questions for me, please come and see me. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you for coming.